Hello everyone, we're here to present you the absolute biggest master development in Dubai and in UAE in general. We're talking about 5.5 million square meter project, which we call it the upgraded downtown. We're talking at Dubai Creek Harbour project. One of the master development in Dubai and the most fascinating and entertaining for all times. The reason why they call it the upgraded downtown is that when downtown was built many years ago, some things were missing. For example, downtown has only one exit, one entrance and one metro stations. Where here, unlike in Dubai Creek Harbour, you have two exits and two entrances on the right hand side, and then you have two exits and two entrances from the opposite side, which will take you directly to Nad al-Shiba and Nad al-Hamar. And from this side you have Ras al-Khor Road, of course. Adding to this, the flyover bridge that will take the residents of the island back and forth to Jeddah, Festival City, airport, without having to go all along the opposite or the normal way where it used to be in the past. We're talking about a project which has 5 international schools, more than 33 different hotels, an unlimited number of clinics, and adding to this, the attraction that the world attraction that this project has, which is the Dubai Creek Tower. It's the absolute tallest tower on the project and in the world in general. We're talking about 1 kilometer above the ground and approximately 25 to 30 meters under the ground. The circle of the tower is 500 meters. Adding to this, we also have an iconic project within the project, which we call Dubai Square. It's the absolute biggest mall in the world. The advantage of this mall is not only the space, where it has different features and different areas. You have indoor area, you have outdoor area, and adding to this, the glass ceiling that gives it another edge. And then you have here in this area something called Chinatown, such as Chinatown you have in London, for example. And then we go back here to the island, where you have 1 million square meter island. They started with the first 6 they call it, which is the Creek Residences North, 1, 2 and 3, Creek Residence South, 1, 2 and 3. In the middle you have Vida Hotel, right in front of it you have the marina. Behind Vida Hotel you have Harbour Views 1, Harbour Views 2. On the right hand side you have Creekside 18 facing the Vida and the marina, and then you have identical tower Creekside 18B facing the skyline of downtown and the centenary flamingo bird. This is one of the ancient areas in Dubai. It's more than 100 years old, and it's a naturally protected area and run by the UNESCO this is the home for the flamingo birds. That's why by law all the front buildings are low-rise, not to disturb the birds flying back and forth. And then we go back here, we have 17 Icon Bay, one of the projects on the island, and right behind it, facing the city, you have Palace 1, and then you have Creek Palace 2, and then you have the Creek Palace Hotel. Actually, Emaar has 5 hospitality brands. You have Address, you have Manzil, you have Palace, you have Vida, and then you have Rove. So this is branded by the Palace. It's absolute residential tower, branded by the Palace, where you can get 50% off accommodation and food and beverage on the hotel, and absolute use all the facilities, of course. Where you have here on the right side of the island, one of the most unique low-rise buildings in Dubai, directly on the water. They launched Cove 1, Cove 2, Cove 3. Cove 3 is sold out. You have limited number of units in Cove 1 and Cove 2. And then you have the rest of the Cove to come later on. On the other side, next to Harbour Views 1, you have Creek Horizon 1 and 2. And then on the front line of the island, directly on the water, you have the absolute highest end product on Creek Island, which is the Grand. Right next to it, to the left, you have address Harbour point 1, address Harbour point 2. From 0 to 15 is pure hotel, the rest is hotel apartment, and tower 2 is all hotel apartment. And then you have here facing Festival City and Jaddaf, you have Creek Edge 1, Creek Edge 2. Right behind it you have Creek Rise 1, Creek Rise 2. Next to it, to the left, facing the other side, Harbour Creek 1, Harbour Creek 2, and then you have the absolute Creek Gate 1, Creek Gate 2, because this is the gate of the island. Where you have in the middle, you have a whole greenery space park, very huge, and then you have 3 kilometers long boulevard where you have left and right restaurants and cafes. There is 3 bridges that connects the island to the other side. You have the left bridge, which will take you either into the city or outside, where you can go to Jaddaf or Nad al-Shiba and Nad al-Hamar. And then you have the promenade bridge, which is the walking bridge back and forth and to the island. The distance between the center point of the island to the center point of the tower is approximately 1 kilometer 280. So it's a walking distance. Then you have the right bridge, which will take you either to the city or outside to Ras Al Khor Road. Here you have a very unique project as well, which we call the Dubai Creek Beach. The edges of the Dubai Creek Beach is naturally protected by these 2 bridges, so nothing can ever block this view or this view, because it's lying between 2 bridges. And then you have the 300-meter long private beach, looks like an infinity pool, little bit escalated higher than normal, not to disturb the swimmers from the boats and the jet skis, etc. So you have a private beach in the middle of the city. And then, as you can see, all of them are low rise. So if you gather all these units or buildings together, they would not come with a total number of one of these towers on the island. So that makes it also unique and special somehow, because it's limited number of units on the beach itself. Where they started with Breeze 1, 2 and 3, Sunset 1, 2 and 3, and then you have the Vida Residence and Vida Hotel as well. And then behind it you have Surf 1, Surf 2, you have Summer, 4 buildings of Summer, and then here you have 4 buildings of Bayshore. And the advantage here is, in the middle of this community is car-free area. There is no cars. So actually this is one of the most entertaining, special, family-oriented projects in the whole of Creek, and the most fast-selling as well. If we go here, you have here the business district, something like Business Bay, for instance. And of course you have more than 33 different hotels and 5 international schools across, as you can see here, the master community. And adding to all this, we're talking about 12 to 15. You see the amount of greenery here on the project. We're talking about 12 to 15% of the master community is greenery area, where you can, walk and jog and entertain you and your family as well. Now let's make a quick view of the main features of the Dubai Creek Harbour project, which makes it very special and unique. You have 2 exits and 2 entrances on both sides. You have 4 metro stations. You have an iconic tower, which is the tallest tower in the world, the Dubai Creek Tower. And then you have the biggest retail space and mall on Earth planet, which is Emaar Square. You have the Creek Beach in the middle of the city, more than 5 international schools, 33 different hotels, and you have the private island, which is very unique and special, and the positioning of the towers. If you look here, this is something very new in Dubai. There is no back-to-back buildings as in downtown. Here you have a twisted, buildings, so there is nothing called no view. Every unit here have a special view and unique. Now we will go out to show you how Emaar made this dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're out to show you how Ammar made this dream come true of the Dubai Creek Harbour. As you can see, this is the harbour, the marina, and in the middle, the wide short building is the Vida Hotel. Behind it is Harbour Views 1 and 2, two identical towers. On the left hand side, you have Creek Residences North 1, 2 and 3, and then on the right hand side there is Creek Residences South 1, 2 and 3, and on the left side is the one who's still under construction is the Grand, and you can see how beautiful the marina is and the view from here as we speak. As you can see, this is the front view of the Dubai Creek Harbour Island, which is the skyline of downtown. It's beautiful daytime and nighttime, especially when the light is glittering in the creek water. Ladies and gentlemen, as you see, this is the boulevard of the Dubai Creek Harbour Island. At the end of this road, you have Harbour Gate 1 and 2, and then Creek Gate 1 and 2, and then you have Address Harbour Point and so on. In the middle here, you can see Harbour Views 1 and 2, the identical tower. On the right hand side, you can see Creekside 18A and B. You can see the different direction of the buildings. Right behind them, you have 17 Icon Bay, and here on the right edge of the island, you have the most beautiful low-rise buildings on the island, which is the Cove, Cove 1, Cove 2, Cove 3. Actually, what's so fascinating about this project that Ammar even made it more beautiful than it actually looked under the master plan.